All right, we got to get through this segment. A lot of people saying it's choppy. Some people are saying it's not. This is going to be uploaded later, anyways. Okay. So I really do appreciate everyone coming through during the live stream. I'm sorry for this video quality, not as great as it usually is, but I'm at my parents' house right now, as I stated like 50 million times. But that's okay. We're going to get through this. I wanted to briefly talk about this game in particular, and I wanted to go through every single press conference. So I think we can just start with Mitch Johnson. I think that what makes the most sense. But man, this game really irritated me. Um, won't talk about it in its entirety because I think that would be disingenuous because I wasn't able to catch the whole thing. I got to see Joel Embiid get kicked out because he's a crybaby. I don't know. I don't know what else to say pertaining to him. Some people will say, no, it's not that big a deal, or he shouldn't have been kicked. I'm sorry. This, or actually not that. This getting like absolutely insane. Obviously copyright, so I don't want to get copyrighted, but he went ballistic. And the discourse behind this has been so infuriating. It's been so infuriating, man. Because people on ad probably shouldn't judge based on Twitter because Twitter's a hellscape, but people on that website have been so toxic about this situation. Like there's people saying, well, he's just treating this ref the same way you would treat a man. She just doesn't need to referee in the NBA. I don't know what we're talking about. I mean, almost every single night we jump on here during these live streams and we complain about refs being terrible, right? Refs across the board can be pretty bad, but the call on Embiid, the one that he's getting upset about, it's undoubtedly a foul on him. It's undoubtedly a foul on him. This offensive foul right there. And all these people, this is another one where someone's just saying something that's blatantly wrong that wasn't in the clip where this is. I won't play it because it's copyright, obviously, but this is wrong. She didn't say this last part. But man, it's so crazy. These are my thoughts on it, okay? I think that the ref did all right. I mean, if she's bad, she's just as bad as any other ref. I thought Embiid, the way that he acted was completely out of line, to the point where, yes, I think you should be kicked out of the game when you're getting ready to you're losing it, getting ready to fight a referee. Yes, woman or man. I think that's absolutely insane. And also, yes, I do believe that at least, socially or how we feel about it, yeah, I think he should be criticized. I mean, you're just you're just like hovering over her. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are you about to do? I think my main thing is, what do you want to get accomplished from this? Acting this way, and they had to hold him back, by the way. What do you want to get accomplished out of this? What did you want? Did you want a fighter? Like, what are you doing? So yeah, I'm sorry. Like, people want to say, oh, he's just treating her how you would treat a regular ref. Why would you treat a ref like that anyways? She did okay, to be honest. She didn't even do bad. And if she was a trash ref, we got plenty of those. She fits right in. Who cares? It's so silly, bro. It's so silly. So yeah, I think optically he should be criticized for it because of how it looks. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Like, what are you doing? And also, I think it should be criticized just in general because you shouldn't act that way towards any ref at all. Like, I don't know. Was this the finals? Like, what's going on with you, man? Playing Embiid feels entitled. He has gotten his way for years. Now that the NBA is finally giving fair treatment, he wasn't having it. Refs are refs. The lady did a decent job. Embiid looks like a beater. See, that's the thing. I think a lot of people are upset because they're like, oh, everyone's criticizing him because she's a woman. And it's like, first off, Embiid has been criticized for a while now, and I think he definitely deserves that criticism. And secondly, optically, yeah, it does look bad. So, but even if you want to take which is really hard too, if you want to take all the gender aspects of it out of the equation, he should have still got kicked out of the game. So what are we even talking about? Like, it's wrong in and of itself. He just, He just came across as a bully. And honestly, I'll say this: even if it was a male ref, they're not as big as he is, and this type of behavior, having to be held back by six people, is absolutely insane. And not to mention all of the other stuff that the 76ers players have kind of went, well, not on record, I guess off record, saying about Embiid that there's been some issues, right? We know that he's already been criticized by his teammates for not showing up to practice on time and all kinds of stuff. It just seems like a spiral. And instead of people focusing in on this spiral of what's going on with Embiid, they're going out of their way to call Wemby a flopper. They're going out of their way to say that the woman ref should be fired because Embiid wanted to hit her. I don't know. I really don't know. If the argument is that she's a bad ref, well, we got like 20 million of those. So should all of them just get fired? Because a lot of the tweets that I've seen have been women aren't allowed in the NBA. Asinine take, right? Especially when we're talking about Becky Hammon, who did a really phenomenal job as a coach in the NBA. So people are just dumb. They're just dumb. And I mean, I'll just call it as it is. I think it's a lot of just misogyny, right? So I did want to talk about that because I saw it yesterday. Saw a little bit of some of the stuff like earlier today, like this afternoon, and I thought it was crazy. Some of the tweets and stuff that I've seen. So want to get that out of the way, at least talk about it, right? Um, but yeah, I think Embiid he's lost the plot. So let's see. Any other comments here that we need to go over, and then we'll go into all the press conference. That'd probably be separate segment. I thought it'd be this segment, but you know what? This really bothers me, so I just want to see what you guys have to say. Plan, it was so bad they even went after Kenny Beckham and his wife for criticism on Embiid. What do you mean? Did they get doxxed? Lost the plug? You lost the plug? What? It's terrible on Facebook sports groups. Oh, I'm never on Facebook sports groups. Let's not forget he punched media recently too. Yeah, that's another thing, Mike. Exactly. He just got done like being belligerent towards a journalist for something they wrote. Like, what are we doing? Playing yes, both Drummond and Embiid looked and came across very bully. Embiid is a crybaby. Philly fans are the worst. Philly fans threw snowballs at Santa during an NFL game years ago. They are bad. Why did they do that? Wemby didn't even flop. He's just really thin, like the boy tripped up. He didn't flop. We don't have to talk about it. He didn't flop. Especially somebody like I'm about to say somebody like me, but somebody like us, me and you guys in the chat. We've seen plenty of Wemby games. He's not a flopper. There's no way his wife appreciates what he did. Nah, you never know. You never know. Embiid won't be that long. He's kind of spiraling. He's definitely spiraling. He did punch a media person. I forgot about that. Yeah, are we talking about the same person? I know he got like really mad at a journalist. That's what we're talking about, right? Wasn't that pushing, or did he punch them? Embiid is not looking good for fans. Embiid is a crybaby. I don't know how else to put it. But shout out to Bala. You guys should follow Bala on Twitter. Well, actually, honestly, you shouldn't be on Twitter at all. Get off of Twitter. But if you happen to be over there, please follow Bala. They post everything. They do a good job of posting everything. And they got a lot of likes on this, and this made its rounds, and there was many of dumb opinions. I'll just tell you that. Playing the second one was a trip, but the first one was Wemby's competitive edge. He does it a lot. Yeah, and B crashing out ever since 65 game rule. We understand the reason for that punch, but still blame him for doing it. Yeah, wasn't it yeah, it was like because we went over that on stream. I think it has something to do with the journalist mentioning his like brother, which is messed up. You shouldn't do that. It wasn't necessarily in a disrespectful way. It was just in a really dumb narrativized way. It was like kind of like a, you know, what would your brother think type stuff, you know? Really dumb. It was a huge stretch. And Embiid, he had the right to be upset about it, but like, you don't just inflict physical harm on people based on what they said or what they wrote. There is not even what he said, what he wrote. Who cares about Philly and Embiid? The Philly process is over. No success there. Our time will come. Well, I don't care about Philly at all, but what I do care about is the fact that our boy Wemby's name was drugged through the dirt after this, and the discourse around it has been nothing but toxic. It can't just be a if this was against a regular male ref. That's the thing. If it was a regular just a male ref, 99% of refs, if it was just one of them and he acted like this, everyone would be criticizing Embiid. But because it's against a woman, now it's like she shouldn't be refing, and I guess Embiid was right. I don't I don't know. It's just justification for it. It's she shouldn't be in the NBA, and then they jump to, oh, and the reason why Embiid's upset is because Wemby's a flopper. Anything to justify really dumb beliefs. All right, true cognitive dissonance we have going on, my friends. Embiid overreacting, everyone knows it. You would think everyone knows it. It's toxic because it's Philly fans. Not all are toxic, but the fan base is different breed. I've seen a lot of people that weren't even Philly fans putting in their 2 cents. But yeah, very dumb. But we'll end it there. Let's go into the next segment. Thanks you guys for at least hearing my rant there.